Well, you know the drill. Capital letter Q for important questions or comments. And capital letter N if you are new to the broadcasting would like a little welcome.
Are we being gender fluid?
Oh no, we're just being silly.
Welcome back, everyone. Hello, this is Coffee and Headlines. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend, and it's wet out there now. It rained overnight. I don't know if it rained a lot or a little, but I looked out the window this morning, and I saw that the pavement is wet. I'm happy to read reports from our friend Claude that says that it's been raining all night in the mountains. That is wonderful because that means rain in the city is just around the corner. Anyhow, today is Monday. Oh, Betsy Ann says it's a very wet Emiliano Zapata. Maybe there was rain, a lot more rain over there than over here in Colonia La Vena near Versalles. It drizzled. I know that if it had rained really hard, I would have been awakened by the rain. I didn't wake up in the middle of the night. So hopefully it'll continue to get wetter. Summer. We like that. Anyhow, I'm rambling and I have some news to share. Some things are interesting, so we might as well get on with it. This is Monday, June 17, and today I want to tell you about the highway. Not again. Yes, again, why not? We waited for over a decade for this new highway from Guadalajara to Puerto Vallarta. It was announced over a decade ago, and it took over a decade to complete. And as we know, there has been one remaining stretch of highway between La Cruz de Guanacaxtle and Puerto Vallarta's International Airport that was waiting to be completed. And then it was announced that it would be ready in May. But May came and went. And now authorities are indicated that this final stretch will be ready in September, and it will be inaugurated by Andrés Manuel López Obrador, our president, and just in time as he leaves office. Needless to say, the federal government is under pressure to finish this because obviously, as we mentioned in a local case last week, if it gets finished in the next presidential period, it would be the next president that would take credit for it. But actually, there are interesting aspects about this final stretch that are just beginning to appear in the news. Not only is this final stretch of the highway going to connect between La Cruz de Guanacaxtle and the airport, and it'll take only 15 minutes to get from one point to the other. This new highway, which they are calling the new Libramiento or the new Beltway, is actually the beginning of a macro beltway that will go all around the city, circumventing it, and will rejoin the federal highway, I don't know, somewhere past um, not no somewhere after. Oh, what's the name of it? My goodness, help me! Somewhere south of the city, somewhere past Mismaloya. I don't know exactly where because they're still figuring out where the highway is going to go. But this is another plan that has been in the works for a long time. We know that the only way to cross, to go on the highway through Puerto Vallarta is literally through the city, which has been very, very challenging for larger vehicles for many, many years. So we don't know exactly when this macro overpass or macro beltway will be begun or continued. But what will happen when this final stretch of the highway gets inaugurated, we will see a turn towards Puerto Vallarta and the international airport, and we will see an unfinished road that will hopefully be extended in the future for the construction of this mega beltway. And that's what we know about this at this point. Moving right along, if you are interested in visiting the María Islands, you are now able to fly there from Tepic on a 13-passenger Cessna Caravan airplane. The inaugural flight took place this past Friday, and it is provided by a company called Aeroservicios Guerrero, and they have stated that the flight will be available based on demand. I will share their Facebook page in the show notes in case you are interested. And just as a reminder, the María Islands are 3 islands located off the coast of Nayarit, one of which housed a penal colony for many, many years. And under President López Obrador's leadership, it was converted into a touristic protected area. This happened a couple of years ago. And I remember when we were all excited about this new tourism attraction. Since it opened, it has been available for visitors that can take a ferry boat to the islands from San Blas, if I recall, San Blas in the state of Nayarit. And once you get there, it's just nature. There's nothing to do. It's not commercially developed, nor will it be commercially developed. And it has been not very successful because it hasn't been very publicized. Not even 2 weeks ago, we shared an article in which we learned that an average of 5 to 6 people a day is the traffic inflow into the María Islands. So if you want to get away from it all, if you want to try out a place where you're going to be, pretty much by yourself, this would be a place to go exploring. We'll keep our eyes open for this. I have not removed the María Islands from my list of places I would love to explore, and we'll see when the opportunity presents itself. Who doesn't have sound? Well, somebody doesn't have sound, but other people do have sound, so I'm just going to carry on with my next news item. Let me check it out. And it is this one. The weather phenomenon known as El Niño has ended, making way for La Niña to arrive. Now, I'm not an expert in El Niño or La Niña, but I do know that El Niño increased the possibility of tropical storms in the Pacific Ocean all through the second half of last year. And La Niña has the opposite effect by cooling the water temperature in the Pacific Ocean. Now, I'll keep my eyes open on this one in the coming weeks to learn more about the potential effects of La Niña in our weather for the coming months. These are phenomena that stick around for a few months or maybe even a few years. I'm not certain about that. As I mentioned a second ago, I am not an El Niño or La Niña expert, but I will do some digging just to see what we can expect. And as far as weather is concerned, let us take a quick look at our lovely weatherman. Oh, Fuck yes. Rain stopping in 45 minutes, says Snarky Weatherman. I don't want it to stop. Let me tell you what we have. We have 29 degrees right now. Humidity is very high at 86%. And our weather forecast for today indicates that we will have rain in the morning with overcast skies in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 28%, a high of 31, and a low of 26. Then on Tuesday, we can expect a few rain showers tomorrow, a chance of rain of 33%, a high of 30, and a low of 26. And Wednesday, we'll have rain in the morning with overcast skies in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 37%, a high of 30, and a low of 25. And of course, we've been announcing this, so might as well dig in a little deeper. As we've been mentioning, the Italian ship Amerigo Vespucci is in Puerto Vallarta and will open its doors to the public on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. To sign up for a visit, you must call the numbers listed on the article that is going to be available in your show notes, or you must visit the Municipal Tourism Office at City Hall to reserve a spot. And just so you know, this is a tall ship of the Italian Navy, used as a training ship. It was built in 1930, launched in 1931, and put to service in July of that year. The vessel has a total of 26 canvas sails and can reach a speed of 12 knots or 22 kilometers per hour under favorable conditions. It has a standard crew of 16 officers, 70 non-commissioned officers, and 190 Italian sailors. All I can think of is party. Oh, Francisco, really. And last but not least, I want to remind you that Wednesday is episode 14 of The Spotlight, Wednesday at 4 p.m. Our weekly invitation to service and product providers and event organizers to come tell us what they're up to, particularly when their products and services and events are something totally unique. We want to learn more about them, and we want to learn about them from the producers and organizers themselves. It is completely free. So if you know of anyone that is up to something awesome, please send them our way. And with that said, let us take a quick look at your comments just to see what you are up to this week, or what you were up to this weekend. Lots of good mornings, which I very much appreciate. Boom, boom, boom. Silly is best, says Deb. I love it. I love it. Oh, Kathy, I love this Nanaimo. I have to research more about Nanaimo. I just love the sound of it. 27 days and I'll be sweating again. I wonder if that means that you'll be coming back to Puerto Vallarta. If you are, I hope you have a very, very safe journey. Trudy says, happy Monday from Winnipeg. I tell you, Canada has the best city names. Let's see what else we have. There's a queue. Chris says, you mentioned the airport. Any update on the new terminal at the airport? That's a good question, Chris. I haven't seen anything published recently, which probably means they're just building. And I'm sure something will be published once there is a milestone reached. But thank you for asking. If I read something about it, you can be certain that we will be mentioning it here. Alan says, 99 days till Mexico excursion. I love the counting. Let's see. I'm glad the sound issue was solved. Maria's are on my list, but it will take a windfall. It will take a windfall. Is that a funny expression, or is it supposed to mean something? I'm not getting it. And there's a ha 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 smiley next to it. Maybe it's one of those idioms that is not in my bag of tricks. But Marias are on my list, and it'll probably take a windfall. Let's see what else we have. What? Heat dome. Who's getting a heat dome? They're getting a heat dome. Somebody's getting a heat dome, says Kathy. Whoever. Oh, 600 people died from heat 3 years ago. That is horrible. I hope wherever this heat dome is happening, it doesn't cause too much tragedy. Let's see. David says, it is still a little while before I get back to Puerto Vallarta. May I bring you Butterfingers again? You can message me if you want. I will message you, David. That is so sweet of you. Thank you very much. Hello, Muffin. Muffin says, late joining this morning from Fluvial, where both the ground and the air are wet. This is absolutely true. Oh, windfall is money. Okay, it will take a windfall. Well, yeah, it's not an inexpensive adventure, that's for sure. Oh, unexpected money. Well, I hear ya. It will take some unexpected money for me to go to Islas Marias as well. But you know, you never know. There might be unexpected money right around the corner. We manifest and things happen. So this brings us to the end of today. Please know that I'm very grateful for some of the comments you shared with me on Saturday about what other types of content you wish to have here. A lot of times I look at ideas and I say to myself, but we've talked about that before, but then I forget that we talked about it 3 years ago. So I'll continue to take a look at your comments, and we will certainly be putting them to good use as we move forward here at Coffee and Headlines. I hope you have an awesome week. It's going to be a little busy for me, but in a good way, as I prepare for my music appreciation presentation on Thursday, the history of sound in movies. It'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be air conditioned. So hopefully I will see you there. And if not, hopefully I will see you here tomorrow morning, just as usual. Have a great day.